Man, as if bowing out of the 2019 finals 58-0 at the hands of the Eels wasn't embarrassing enough, it seems as if 2020 said to the Brisbane Broncos, "Hold my beer," and then punched the Broncos in the nuts and spilled the beer all over them. After a seemingly red-hot start to the 2020 campaign, beating the Cowboys and the Rabbitohs, it all went downhill after the restart of the season. They lost 6 games in a row, including a 59-0 loss to the Roosters, before picking up their only other win of the season against the Bulldogs, 26-8. And then they lost 11 games in a row to claim the wooden spoon for the first time in the club's history. They also showcased the worst attack and defense in the entire league, amassing a total of 268 points in their favor and conceding 624. I think statistically, this is the worst team since the 2016 Knights, when they were getting smashed every week, and they only won 1 game the entire season. 2020 was a year where the Broncos broke records, but for all the wrong reasons. And now it's my turn to coach the 2020 Broncos. I think I'm going to need all the luck that I can get, and maybe a beer. Let's jump into it. And we're jumping right into the Auckland Nines here, or the 2020 Perth Nines, as it was known then, and taking on Melbourne in the first game of day one. Taking a look at the Melbourne lineup here, it's a full strength one. It's going to be a difficult task to beat him. Side note here, those jerseys are looking clean despite this being a PS4. Like, those look really nice. So shout out to whoever made those. But yeah, as I was saying, full strength side for pretty much both teams. I've essentially assembled the best 9 squad together that I can put together. Might be a bit of an ask to get it like so far into the tournament, just because I don't think the team is rated very well, but we'll see what happens. Kicking off here, straight down the throat of Pappenhausen, who passes it off to Bromwich and is wrapped up by Asako. Now, just wanted to bring up here, I believe I am playing on veteran difficulty. I think as Josh Adokar just streaks away from one as I make the mistake of rushing up on defense with Asako, and Melbourne break open the scoring like about not even a minute into the game. And as you can see here, Adokar just goes right into the bonus zone, and that puts Melbourne up by 7 points. But yeah, what was I saying? I was playing on veteran. I'm still trying to get good at the game because I haven't played it as much as Rugby League Live 2. So this is basically just going to be a road to me not being crap at the game, as Brodie Croft dies with the ball about 35 out. So if I do get better at this game, then absolutely I will turn up the difficulty. But, you know, it's the first opening, it's the opening of a new season. We'll see what happens there. As a nice little draw and pass sends David Fifita over in the corner, more or less. Slick little run there, and nice pass to get David Fifita over for our first points of the tournament. But we can't turn the 4 into 6, unfortunately. Asako shaves the kickoff to the right. And making some changes here on the fly, but Pappenhausen is just going to break through the defense and die with the ball about 20 out. Looking to spread it out to the right, but Vunivalu wrapped up by Anthony Milford. One thing I did want to mention, or one thing I may have mentioned in the pre-recorded prelude intro sort of thing, as Sako gets dragged back into the in-goal area. One thing I did want to mention is that my goal for the Broncos is, well, just don't finish last. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to take the Broncos, or this Broncos team, to the finals. It's definitely a goal, but I don't know if it can be achieved given how low rated this team is, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So Munster gets wrapped up about 15 away from our try line. And Pappenhausen again with another run. He's having a monster of a game at the moment. And we try to get an intercept going. Melbourne moving the ball around, and looks like he Munster gets flipped on his back as, referee calls held up there. Very, very lucky there as Melbourne on the last get the kick away. And Oates catches the ball and goal and will be off to the 20 to restart the play. Milford steps around the Melbourne defence and he is in and away, but passes back inside of Teo. Teo just did not have the pace to beat the Melbourne Storm. And a hospital pass there from, I don't know who that was. I think that may have been Jack Bird, maybe? But Cameron Munster is going to scoop it up and race away for another bonus zone try. And all of a sudden, our Nines' hopes are looking kind of bleak in the first game. You can see here, look at this terrible, terrible ball. Munster scoops it up, and he's off to the races. And plants the ball down in the bonus zone. Just crosses completely untouched. Melbourne with a 10-point lead may find it difficult to get back into the game here. But we'll see what we can do as Sarko goes on quite a run, crosses the halfway mark, but an embarrassing pass over the sideline to absolutely no one. Just kills our chances. But somehow, I think it may have come off a Melbourne defender or something. Maybe a Melbourne hand got to it, I'm not quite sure, but whatever, I'll take the possession. Croft tries to step around the defence. Glenn bumps off two after capturing the offload from Brodie Croft. Isako scoots for himself, steps around one, a bit of a falcon there potentially from Melbourne, and Matt Lodge dives on the loose ball and crosses the line. As we're going to take a look at a replay here. See Isako there, dummies. Looks like it comes off the head of Jerome Hughes, and Matt Lodge just says thank you. And going into the half-time break, I believe it's 10 points to 14. Starting to mount some sort of a comeback, but we'll see what we can do in this second half. Melbourne moving the ball around as Vunivalu gets wrapped up by Teo. Looking to hold Melbourne out here, and that's a terrible pass from Melbourne. A unlikely forward pass. You don't really see Melbourne make many mistakes like that. There's a short little run there from, I believe that was Milford, to get 40 out, and Teo on another run. 20 out from the Melbourne line. We could potentially be taking the lead here. So Milford steps around one and gets some post-contact meters at that. Turpin goes for a scoot himself into the bonus zone, and we take the 1-point lead, which becomes a 3-point lead after a successful conversion from right in front. Terrible kick there from, I'm not really sure who that was, but it was an awful, awful kick option, as we are firmly in the half of Melbourne. Trying to get Gotoni Stags involved here, but not really working out for us. Haas dies about 25 out, right next to the Downer logo. Milford with the ball to Pangai Jr., and he gets a couple post-contact meters in, and Melbourne give away a penalty. And instead of taking the two, we are going to kick. We're not going to kick for touch. We're going to take the tap and try to get some more points on the board, try to extend this lead even further as Brodie Croft powers his way over the line. And that makes it 22 to 14, soon to be 24-14. Croft absolutely lighting it up against his former club here. And not too long to go in the game. What a kick there from Milford. That was almost a 40-20, if only the wind was going in the right direction for us. So Melbourne get out of their half through Kenny Bromwich this time. Hughes with a average run made very little to no ground there, and the pass is picked off, but Glenn gets absolutely flattened, like not even 2 seconds after getting the ball. And Stags just didn't have the pace there to get away from the Melbourne defence. But Turpin goes on a run for himself. Makes about 10 metres before getting wrapped up. Oates making some ground through the middle here. Last tackle, could we be thinking of a field goal? Possibly put some more points on the board? Try to toe in a grubber kick, but no one to chase that kick. But Melbourne firmly inside their own half at the moment. Kalfusi tackled by Glenn about 15 metres out from the try line, and Pappenhausen takes advantage of me making changes on the fly, just not paying attention at all to what's going on. And that's another bonus zone try for Melbourne. I think that's about their third in this game, but...
Close call that was, but what a win! And a win is a win. The Broncos will be aware that 2 wins can get you there. But 4 against is always in the back of your mind in these tournaments.
So yep, 4 and against is looking quite terrible at the moment, but a win's a win and I would take it. So if you did enjoy this first episode of the Broncos series, don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment down below, and nothing really to say here except have a good one. See you in the next episode.